When you're chipping, the most common error we see is kind of strike, and then the strike lead into a thin shot or a heavy shot. Thin shot is where you hit all ball, goes along the ground, goes miles, you probably end up chipping on again. And heavy shot is the one where you hit too much grass or dirt behind the ball, and it ends up just going about a yard in front of you usually. And these are the two main common errors with chipping. So when you're chipping, obviously you've got a huge club selection range what you can use, and it all depends on where you want to bounce the ball to where you want it to end up. So we talk a lot about bounce spots when you're chipping. What roughly this is, and I'll write these down for you all, but with your pitching wedge you're looking about 50-50 air time to run time, about. With your sand wedge or your lob wedge you're probably looking more about 75% air time and 25% run time. And then if you were going down to like a 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron area, you're looking the opposite end to a sand wedge, so 75% run time and 25% air time. So bearing in mind kind of these air time to run time ideas, try and think about that first bounce always being on the green. That's so important. If you're still bouncing it in the rough, you're going to get the bad bounce what goes right and left, and that's going to affect our chip. So try and always think, where's that first bounce going to be? If it's on the green, that will give you your club selection, what you should be taking for that chip. Technique wise is the same for all clubs, which is the nice thing about it. Okay, so when you got your technique, a bit like we did bunkers yesterday with your shopping list, bring your hands down the grip. This is going to give you more control, so exactly the same to bunkers. Ball's going to go in the middle of the stance, and we will talk about ball position sort of on a separate note, but for your basic chip, ball in the middle of your stance, and then lots of weight onto that front side. When you're actually swinging, your weight's going to stay on that front foot and you're never going to move it off the front foot.
So like a bunker shot?
Like a bunker shot.
Yeah.
Yep, you're stuck on that front foot.
Yeah.
From here, main important thing is think about putting stroke. So we never want to see the wrists moving to start off with. Massive error of the thin shot more than likely. We always want to still see shoulders to shoulders, and whether that's like a half swing depending on distance, or whether that's a really short chip, it's always shoulders to shoulders still. You never want to move your wrists. So if you can put a putting stroke on your wedge with your weight forwards, you should be able to chip, albeit well, okay? So we'll have a go at this individually, and I'll come back to ball position on sort of a separate note, but ideally what you're looking for, hence the targets what I put out this morning, is something what looks like hands down the grip, ball in the middle, lots of weight on the front side, and then shoulders and shoulders. You're just getting the ball to pop up into the air nicely with lots of control as it stops. Any questions so far?